All right, guys, wanted to hop on here again and bring a guest on today. This is actually my roommate.
Howdy.
I call him Montana. His first name is John. So I want to bring him on here and just sort of go through his experience. I guess our experience together too. So we've been here. Sunday will be 4 weeks. So he's actually leaving out tonight, tomorrow maybe. So he has his bags packed. So I wanted to introduce y'all to him and sort of just ask him some questions and get some feedback from him and see just how he's enjoyed his couple weeks here. So first of all, overall impression of Wilson Logistics. Feel free to throw any, obviously the good, but anything bad or anything like that, just the good, the bad, the ugly. What's your impression?
So with Wilson, and within the 4 weeks that I've been here, it's the pros and cons list is very off. I have more pros than I do cons, and the cons, from what I've seen so far on the training perspective, is just very minuscule. The pros, I'll start off with the pros. First off, we got great pad trainers. They have all been crucial in our training, I would say, 100%. You ask them what you're struggling on, and they're more than happy to get out of their way and talk to you and work on it. And then everything in between, off of the pad, I know that they feed you lunch every day whenever you're here, and they just do a good job of taking care of you and making sure that your needs are being met and you're doing okay, just physically and mentally. So that is something that I've really appreciated. And then even down to the equipment that we're using. I mean, we're using newer Freightliner Cascadias, the sleeper cabs, and brand new trailers. So all the equipment that you're using is applicable to what you're going to be driving out on the road. So that has been very helpful in that area. And then even with the hotel, I mean, we stayed at the Baymont. I mean, you've probably heard it before from like a couple of other trainers that they were staying at the Econo Lodge. So we definitely got a bump
I actually really liked our hotel. So it's you got an indoor pool, which is heated. You have a hot tub, which I took full advantage of.
Oh yeah.
Every morning you get a full scale breakfast. Now, I will say this is probably my one negative. This isn't necessarily Wilson. You're gonna go that first day and you're gonna be like, oh my goodness, there's tons of food. It's great. Week 4 or 3 rolls around and it's the same food every day, which I get it.
It's gonna turn into manna.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's not my fault or their fault. It's I'm just been here for over 3 weeks and I'm getting the same meal every day. But so you got to try to get some variety in there. Different things. They have cereal, yogurt, fruit, bagels, muffins.
They got hot food items
and then hot food every day. So there's a lot of variety in there. And one thing I want to throw in there that I don't know that I've mentioned so far. So basically, Wilson is like it's $5,000 for the class or go through the program.
Yeah.
They pay for your hotel. They pay for your transportation to get here, and then you're expected to work for them for a year, and they will forgive that the cost of the training. And then while you're here, they will also give you a $200 weekly stipend, or basically like a loan that you're going to pay back $25 each week until you got it paid off once you graduate the program. So if you need money for dinner when you come out here, because like John said, they do provide lunch for you. So pretty much you come out here and nothing comes out of your pocket. So that's definitely a perk on the program. So when you like I told you in a previous video, you go to Craft, and John had a pretty good experience. Do you want to share something about your experience at Craft?
Yeah, so we were there for what was it, 10 days?
10 days, yep.
Yeah, so my training looked like within the 10 days, day 1, you're riding shotgun, and then for the other 9 days, you're doing full driving. right? You're behind the wheel, you're dealing with the general public, you're, a couple of days down the road, you're going to be backing that truck into docks, you're going to be, doing more hands-on stuff. So I would recommend, if you're considering doing this program and you get, you get put onto the Craft Springfield route, I would say on day one, definitely take as many notes as you can. Ask all the stupid questions, because your trainers are there to answer the stupid questions that you feel are stupid, but you'd be surprised how often they get asked. So it was a great experience for me. That right there, I could see how I changed from being very nervous behind the wheel of an 18-wheeler to being really comfortable. And I felt the progress occurring, because I remember the first week we were here, they threw us in the sleeper cabs and they took us out on the road, and we did like a small route. And I remember I was white knuckling that thing so hard, and I was staring at my mirrors the whole time. I was a nervous wreck.
Same here.
Right. By day 10 of craft, I was slinging vans, and I was doing everything really with confidence and with anticipation. Like I pretty much knew what I was doing at that point. So right now, at this point, I'm super comfortable behind the wheel. I'm not complacent, but I'm comfortable, and my nerves are just relaxed. Yeah. So I know exactly how to drive, 18-wheeler now.
Same on, right here.
Yeah.
All right. So so you have completed. You got your CDL license now. We both do. Yep. And so John should be going out sometime today. Hopefully leaving over the road tonight, something like that.
Yeah.
So a couple questions. How do you feel about that? Do you have butterflies? Are you excited? What's your thoughts on it going into this 25,000 miles that you're about to have to do?
I have my notebook ready. Yeah. It's open.
John he takes lots of notes.
I do.
He's very detailed.
I'm very much a note taker. I love taking notes. So I'm going to be taking notes. I'm thinking of questions to ask my trainer. I have been talking to my trainer for a little bit. He's actually on his way in right now from Chicago. So I wouldn't say I'm like super excited, but I have the mentality that I'm ready to go do this and knock this out of the park. And I'm more anticipating about all the things that I'm going to be learning while I'm out on the road.
Right.
So my trainer, I think so far seems like he's a pretty cool dude. I haven't met him face to face yet, but like I said, we've been talking on the phone. We've been chit-chatting over text messaging. We're already Facebook friends.
Look at there.
Yeah, we're Facebook friends already. So he seems like he's a pretty cool dude. And even the fleet manager, we have the same fleet manager, by the way.
Yep, Shaden.
Yeah, Shaden. So he seems like he's a pretty solid guy. I'm really happy that we got him. And I've heard a bunch of great stuff about him. Awesome. So I'm pretty excited about starting the 25K.
Awesome. Same here.
So
one thing that I want to say too, and with Wilson, they seem to always want to be getting better. There's been a couple things that me and John have suggested, and we've given it to some of the trainers and stuff like that, and they actually listen to you. John has suggested a couple things to help with the scheduling process, and they actually listened. The next day we came in, they sort of implemented.
Which I'm not really used to. I'm just so used to going to a job that's like you try and make a suggestion and they just kind of brush you off. You're like, yeah, whatever. That's not in our books right now. But over here, I just made like one small suggestion. It was just to help improve the communication and kind of buff it up a little bit. And I was talking to the pad trainer, and he's like, yeah, actually, that was like a very critical point, and we decided to take action on it. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What? For my opinion?
Exactly.
So, to me, that's such a new concept for me, but that's going right into the pros list.
Exactly.
Something that I appreciate about Wilson Logistics is that they actually listen to your opinion, no matter how stupid it is. They still listen, and you always get feedback from it.
Right. Exactly. And that's when you're a small fish in a big pond. It feels good to be heard, and I really do feel like I can go in there. If I'm having an issue,
Yeah.
I can go to several different people and actually be heard. So that's a great feeling, especially being away from family and stuff like that. It's already hard enough,
Yeah.
but to make the work place environment just a good atmosphere, good environment, that feels really good. So John's been one of the guys. I've talked to y'all about my roommates, or my roommate 4, and just the whole group that we have here. Man, it's so important. If you come to Wilson Logistics, if you go to any trucking school, man, get to know your roommate, get to know your classmates. Like last night, we all went out to eat Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, that was a fun time.
We've done so much stuff together. Take criticism. Like there's plenty of times when me and John were in the room, we would just say, hey, tell me the steps for a 90 degree or, a blindside parallel, or tell me the 4-stage pre-trip inspection, and if he had missed something, I would, tell him real quick and, oh, okay, thank you, I missed that. Don't, know how to take criticism. And it's not necessarily criticism, it's that they're going to spit out something that you missed so you don't miss it next time, so we can all succeed.
Exactly, because the thing you have to remember is when you're taking the test, it's completely different ball game. They will throw something out to throw you off your game. So you have to know your stuff. You got to be solid on your maneuvers. You got to be solid on your pre-trip. You got to be solid on the 4-stage, because like what I had yesterday when I took my test, my examiner relabeled one of the maneuvers and it threw me off. And then I started the wrong maneuver. And so he blew the whistle, he stopped me, he caught up to me, and he's like, I think we might have miscommunicated. And so we were kind of, talking about like, what the maneuver was, and then it clicked. Oh, this is the side offset. And unfortunately, I did get a point for that, but it was okay because I had plenty to work with.
Right.
It was fine by me.
You got them, might as well use them.
Yeah, exactly. So that to me was a testament about getting familiar with your maneuvers, getting familiar with everything that's going to be on that test. Something might throw you off, and especially your nerves. Your nerves probably will betray you if you don't have a level head.
I would say probably 90% of the people who fail, it's not because the lack of knowledge or training. It's because they got they let their nerves get the best of them. For sure. So well, congratulations. It's been good. I've really enjoyed my time here with you. You've definitely made this journey a lot easier. I appreciate it and look forward to continuing our friendship and hopefully seeing you out on the road.
Yeah, absolutely. Hope you likewise.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you coming on, man. All right.
Appreciate it.
Y'all have a good day, all right?
See ya.